Welcome to the FCS Edge, where football in the Division I subdivision is 24/7, 365. Thank goodness this wasn't a leap year. It allowed us to catch our breath. I'm Craig Haley of Stats Perform and theanalyst.com. As you may know, in the offseason, I'm flying alone without co-host Zach McKinnell. He'll be back to the FCS Edge prior to the 2026 season. Producer Jordan Collins is at the controls. He's slinging touchdown passes today. You know, it's been a particularly busy offseason in the FCS. That includes 10-time national champion North Dakota State and Sacramento State announcing moves to the FBS level. Both go into effect on July 1st. Additionally, at that time, St. Francis of PA will drop from the FCS to Division III. But the number of FCS programs will be 127 this coming season because Chicago State will play an inaugural season. Yes, sometimes fantasy football is real life. The Cougars and head coach Bobby Rome II are building a program from the ground up. Chicago State is a public university and a PBI, a predominantly black institution located on the south side of the third largest U.S. city. The Cougars are members of the NEC, but they're not part of the conference schedule or standings this season. They'll play an 11-game schedule independently. They'll open at home against Roosevelt University on August 29th, and they have some particularly tough road games, including Tarleton State and UT Martin. Our guest today is Chicago State's new football. He knows Chicago State's new football program better than anybody. He's 39-year-old Bobby Rome II, the head coach, and we're pleased to visit with him today. Coach Rome, thank you for joining us today. You know, I have to ask, does building a program from the ground up still feel like the first day of school?
Morning. Yes, it does. I mean, every day, I would say this, just like the first day of school, every day is a new day. You know, every day you have your new challenges. Every day you have things that you want to get accomplished. And, that's the fun That's what I enjoy about building a program from scratch, just having the challenge every day to get up and motivate yourself and the staff to say, you know what, every day is going to be different. Every day we're going to have new challenges and, we're just going to have to, win the day.
Well, with that in mind, Coach, I mean, all the necessary steps that you're taking, has it been smooth? Or are you often putting out little fires or maybe a combination of both?
I believe that's just a combination of both. Anytime, and to be honest, I've been in established programs where I was putting out fires every single day. So, I mean, I think that, that's something that comes along with the job. And, when you're bringing a program to football program to an institution, not only do you got to get you got to teach the football team how to have football, but you got to teach the athletic department and the entire school how to have football as well. And the school's been doing a tremendous job helping us get to that point. And so, right now, every day is just a new day, and we just got to take new challenges, and we just take it one day at a time.
Sure. And Coach Ron, I mean, with that in mind, I mean, Chicago's long been a pro sports town. I mean, when it comes to football, I mean, what do what kind of message do you want to deliver to the area? And as you mentioned, your campus in general about your program?
Well, first and foremost, we're going to have a competitive football program first and foremost, and we're not building something that's going to fly by night. We want to build something that's sustainable for years and years and years to come. We're going to have a competitive football team. We're going to compete in all facets of the football game. And, hey, just come out and see a great show August 29th. So that's what we're excited about.
Sure. And you have a lot of coaching experience. I mean, head coach, Virginia Lynchburg, Central State, Florida Memorial, even indoors with the Carolina Force. I mean, this is your first time on the FCS level.
Correct.
What are some of your thoughts about the FCS?
Well, I mean, the FCS has been very, very good for me. It's been a league that I've always admired from afar for a very long time. Even when I played what they call Power 5 football back then, we played against some of the best FCS programs. We played against James Madison the year after they won a national championship. And we also played Furman, who was a playoff contending team in the FCS program. Wow. I was kind of going through the process of as a player, and I always admired FCS football. Grew up around a lot of FCS football. Grew up around Norfolk State and Hampton as well. University of Richmond, William and Mary. So FCS football is something that I'm very familiar with. My father graduated from Norfolk State, So FCS football has been a part of my life for a very, very long time. I don't have any experience coaching in it, but I've hired a lot of coaches on my staff that have the FC experience that we're going to need. And I played Division I football, as a student athlete, and I've, you know, and being in the position of being a head football coach at an NAIE program and at being blessed at Florida Memorial. I mean at Virginia University in Lynchburg, we played against FCS programs all the time. You know what I mean? I understand the resources that those teams have. I understand the preparation that it's going to take to be competitive on that level. And, all those are challenges when we're excited about that. We're excited about, uh, you know, taking a step up football wise, in the FCS level and kind of going from there. But like you said, Chicago State has been a Division I school since 1984. So we have Division I resources, maybe not in football, but we've had a Division I athletic department here for a very, very long time. So a lot of the things that typically teams have to deal with moving up from a Division II or NAIA to the FCS, we won't have to go through because we've been FCS for so long.
Yeah, so, I mean, it makes you playoff eligible right away, which is, great to hear. I mean, you mentioned being a player and just, if you name 2 or 3 coaches who have influenced you the most, whether it was as a player or as a coach, I mean, just who has influenced you and,
Well, I would say
Bobby Wills' playing
Well
style?
well, I would say one, Chris Beatty. Chris Beatty's, coached, he's the former wide receiver coach for the LA Raiders. He was just here as offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. He's actually the guy that coached Percy Harvin in high school and recruited Tavon Austin in West Virginia. So, as far as gadget players, he's the one that kinda
Yeah.
started that mold and kind of, created that lane. So he's somebody that's been very instrumental in my career. Also, my college teammate and also quarterback roommate, Bears head coach Ben Johnson. Spent a lot of time with Ben in the quarterback room at UNC Chapel Hill prior, uh, for some years. And also Joe Daly, Joe Daly, who's also in that quarterback room, and also Matt Baker, who's also in that quarterback room. These are guys I consistently reach out to, and when I call, they answer back. Arthur Smith as well.
Sure. With this program, what kinda style of play do you wanna establish? Maybe offense first and then defense?
Well, first and foremost, our offensive coordinator is Bobby Blizzard. He has FCS experience calling plays on the FCS level, and as well as calling on the professional level as well. He's I would say he's one of Al Hummey's proteges, the inventor of the air raid. He's called plays for Al Hummey for 5 years at Belhaven, and he's also the top recruited prospect in Al Hummey's career when he was number one tight end in the country going to University of Kentucky. So we're going to run the air raid offense, but we're going to also run the football because that's what I've been known to do at every stop that I've been at. But we're going to try to spread the field out, take advantage of the entire football field, spread them out, and also run the ball as well. So we've been very successful. We've always been very successful on offense. Every place I've been, and Coach Blizzard is called one of the top offenses in the CAA in 2024 when he was the offensive coordinator at Hampton.
Sure. How about on defense?
On defense, we're gonna run a 4-2-5. Coach Lamarcus Gibson he's had one of the top pass defense in the CAA for the last 2 seasons at Hampton University. He gets the opportunity to step back into the defensive coordinator role on the FCS level, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. He brings a lot of energy. He brings a lot of experience, and he's a guy. He's a guy that we're happy to have, and the 4-2-5 is something that I'm excited about. We're also having Coach Balmer coach our defensive line, who's coached some unbelievable defensive lines on the FCS level at Hampton and at Butler. I mean, at Hampton and at Bucknell as well. So we're excited to have these guys on the staff and excited to implement some of these schemes into our program.
Early, February, you announced 55 players for your first recruiting class. I'm sure that keeps growing as well. What are your selling points to a potential recruit?
Well, first and foremost, we want young men that want to come in and pour the foundation and help pour the foundation and pour the concrete for this football program. We want young men to understand exactly what they're walking into. You're walking into a situation where you're going to be the first. You know, this is a legacy move. This isn't a 4-year decision. This isn't a 1-year decision. This is a 40-year decision here when you commit to Chicago State and you come in to start a football program from scratch. We wanted young men that had that builder mentality in their mind that wanted to come here and be a part of history. Uh, be honest, you know, Chicago, the city of Chicago isn't a very hard sell. When you talk about the internships that we have at our disposal here at Chicago State University and the opportunity that the young men are going to have upon graduation, they'll be able to land some of these great jobs and great opportunities out here with all these Fortune 500 companies that's sitting right here in the city of Chicago. I mean, and you get an internship with them before you know you get the chance to work there. I mean, it's a special place, and on top of that, for guys that aspire for more, that want to play at the next level, want to play in the NFL. I mean, there isn't a. I mean, I don't think there's another head coach in the country that college teammate is right down the street as the head coach of the NFL program, and not just my teammate, Coach Bomber's teammate as well. He has guys on the staff that's my college that's my college teammate Will Lawn. And you know we all talk all the time. It's like we're getting that kind of Carolina family back out here in Chicago, so getting it kind of together. So I mean that's exciting for us. It's an exciting time in our careers, and you know, hey, sky's the limit for the city of Chicago. Sky's the limit for anybody that wants to be a part of what we're building here. Chicago State's a great school. We got 161 untapped acres here. So we have nothing but potential and room to grow here. And the people that see it and that been here, that been on campus, that walk the hallways here, they understand and they want to be a part of what we have going on here.
Sure. With all that acreage, I know your games are at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, but are you practicing on campus?
Yes, we are. We're practicing on campus, so we have a turf baseball field that's currently not being used right now. That has, you know, just it's a big field, big turf field. We have a natural grass field that's being prepared for us right now, as well as we speak. We have other spots on campus. I mean, that we can use to get started. Right now, like I said, they're doing a practice field on campus for us right now. But just to get started right now, we have enough to get started. We have enough to get started right here on campus.
Sure. We're visiting with Coach Bobby Rome, the second of Chicago State. Coach, I mean, obviously, we mentioned that you're playing at SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, home to Chicago Stars soccer. What are expectations for your average attendance? I mean, are we talking a few thousand? What is being expected this
Well,
year?
right now, I mean, everywhere I go, every time I step off this campus and go anywhere, whether it's the gas station, grocery store, anywhere I go, I don't care if I have on Chicago State stuff or not. People in the community approach me and talk about how excited they are about being a part of this thing. See, this isn't just a legacy thing for our student athletes. A legacy stuff a legacy thing for our campus community and also the community surrounding community around Chicago State. Like everybody wants to be a part of the first Division I football program here in Chicago. They want to, even if they're the people on the outside that just want to say, they're saying, hey, naysayers, they want to see if it goes or not. So, I mean, I'm expecting a lot of people to show up. I'm expecting a lot of support. Chicago, like you said, it's a sports town. I believe they're going to support Chicago State football, and we're going to put a winning product on the field. Like, make no mistake about it. We're not out here to get our behinds kicked. We're not out here just to lay down and lay down for anybody. We got kids on campus right now getting ready for 2026 football season. We got guys that's here right now that's played in meaningful college football games, and they're going to set the foundation. And we're going to bring a great recruiting class. We have a great recruiting class that's coming in to help build that foundation with the guys that's setting the foundation right now. And we're going to put a competitive football team out there and see what happens. We got coaches that's experienced, that understands, what this thing's supposed to look like. And I've had experience building programs for nothing, like absolutely nothing. Like the last program that I was at, we didn't have a locker room. We didn't have a on campus practice field, and we had to commute everywhere we went, and we still competed for conference championships against a team that played for national championships 3 years in a row. So I'm excited about the opportunity here at Chicago State. I'm excited about the support that we're getting from our administration, our athletic director, our president, and the community around, and they're excited about football being here on the south side of Chicago.
Sure. Well, because you're so open about not just being happy to have football, how important then are wins and losses in your inaugural season?
Very important. Very important. Very important. With the time that we live in right now, with the transfer portal and everything like that. I mean, it doesn't take 5 years to build a football program. We want to put a competitive football program out there right now. Does that mean wins and losses? Who knows? You know what I mean? But we want to get better every single week. We want to put a great product on the field, and we want to show people that we're a tough, fast, physical football team. And that's going to be, I want that to be our reputation every time we step on the field. That we're going to be a smart, fast, physical football team every single time we step on the field.
What's a good number of transfers will you ultimately settle on, do you think, by the beginning of the season?
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes for us to be to I feel like we're competitive. Right now, we have 40 on campus right now, and we're looking to bring in more. We did a great job recruiting high school student athletes, but we're playing a Division I football schedule. There's going to be men on that schedule, so we're expecting to bring men into Chicago State to compete with those guys, and we're doing that right now. I didn't. I like me bringing in coaches with FCS experience wasn't by accident. These guys come with players. Players travel with them. And we've been blessed enough to be able to get those guys in class and get those guys ready to get those guys in the weight room training, ready to go and setting the foundation.
Sure. You have Norfolk State and Coach Michael Vick as a home game. What kind of excitement surrounds that?
Well, big time excitement. Anytime you get a HBCU like Norfolk State, which is my father's alma mater, a school that I grew up 5 minutes away from, to come down to Chicago State and play us. I think it's a blessing. Michael Vick spent a lot of time with me down in South Florida at Florida Memorial uh, when he was transitioning into the coaching world. And also, he borrowed a few guys of my coaching staff from Florida Memorial when he went on to Norfolk State. So, I'm excited about getting the opportunity to showcase what I can do on the FCS, showcase what we can do on the FCS level, and also to bring Michael Vick in his spotlight here to the city of Chicago, shine that spotlight on us because we know they're coming with the camera crews, we know they're coming with the fanfare and stuff, and it's a great opportunity to show the world what Chicago State can do.
Sure. Now, will Chicago State definitely be included in the NEC schedule and standings in 2027?
As far as I know, I've already been in conference meetings, so as far as I know, yeah, we're gonna be in. We're here. You know, we're here. We've been a part of the conference before we started football, so we're here. The NEC is welcoming us with open arms, and we can't wait to compete in the NEC. My recruiting coordinator is from Pittsburgh, so I that was intentional. We wanted a guy that was right in the mix of what's going on in the NEC, and we got our guy. So
Well, obviously you have spring workouts and practices. But from today until opening day, what are the big steps that your program has to take?
well, number one, we want to create a winning culture. All right. We want to create a winning culture. How do you do that? That's in everything that we do. We want to win in everything we do. We want to win going to class. We want to win in the cafeterias. We want to win in the dorm rooms. But we also want to win on the football field. We want to build a competitive culture. We don't want a culture of entitlement. We want a culture of competition. So we want to bring young men in that's going to compete and that understand that, hey, I want to be one of the first 11 to walk out on that field that represents Chicago State. And so we're going to create a competitive championship culture. And number three, we got to train like hell. We got to train like hell. Like we can't. It is what it is. This is a Division I football schedule. Whether we're ready or not, and I'm talking about institution wise, whether we have the things we need or not, Roosevelt's going to show up regardless. To see Geek Stadium. We're going to have to make the trip down to Tennessee Martin week 2. So we better be ready to go and be ready to play. And my job is to make sure that we're there by the time we kick the football off in 2026.
Those planning stages to maybe the future for an on-campus stadium, where does that sit?
I mean, right now we're planning. We talked about it. That's something that that's kind of on Dr. Carroll and President Scott. That's the kind of their situation right now. For me, my focus is getting these guys ready to play, ready to take on SeatGeek Stadium. That's our home stadium for right now. And truthfully, we have one of the best venues in our conference already. And we're proud. We're very proud of that. We're very proud of that. And that kind of aligns with, our mission statement at Chicago State with all our facilities, all our athletic facilities. If you look at our basketball arena, it's one of the best in our conference. You look at our volleyball arena, it's one of the best in our conference. When we had baseball, it's a very nice, brand new facility. So we have top grade A facilities. So I don't expect anything less for football. I don't think they're going to drag their feet in any way with football. And another thing that I would like to point out that I want to point out also is that we've had Division I facilities for a long time here because we've been a Division I institution. So our weight room may not be Division I football worthy right now, but it's Division I basketball worthy. We got enough racks to get our 40 guys to work right now and get them a great workout in while we build and establish our weight room for football. So it's just exciting. Anytime you see growth is exciting. Here at Chicago State, our guys get to walk past that growth on a daily basis while they go in the weight room and grow physically, mentally, and as men.
Mm. Well, we can see today the business side of Coach Bobby Rome. What's the funny side? How do you keep everybody loose?
Well, I mean, I'm just me. I keep guys loose because the truth is, at the end of the day, man, look, like I said, Roosevelt's going to show up regardless. You know what I mean? Roosevelt's going to show up regardless. And, I, we had a whole year to play games. You know what I mean? We had a whole year to play games and joke around and have our fun. Right now everybody has their game face on. Not just myself, my players, the school. The school as a whole. Everybody has their game faces on. We understand what this means for us. We understand what this means for Chicago State, and we're excited about showcasing what we can do to the rest of the world.
One last one, Coach Rome. Is there anything about Chicago State's program that we haven't talked about that you want to point out?
Well, I'll point out this. There's a lot of unbelievable alumni here that people that's been a part of Chicago State that people have no idea. Just to point out, Donda West and Kanye West. This is a college dropout. You know what I mean? This is it. This is the school. You know what I mean? And it just so happens when I was in college, that's what I had in my ears walking to class and stuff. And to be on campus at the same place where where Kanye had those actual experiences is he's unbelievable. But anywhere in Chicago you go, you're gonna have something like that, some type of experience. Someone been there. Chicago is full of celebrities and people that have done things like you got President Barack Obama right down the road and stuff. So those are things that our student athletes get to see on a daily basis and get to be around, and they're excited about hitting the ground rolling. And you say, hey, you bring a winning football program to an environment like that, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. And I don't think we're going to be the only Division I football team in town after that.
Well, we've had a wonderful visit today with Coach Bobby Rome. His Chicago State football program is playing its first season this year, August 29th. It starts up against Roosevelt University. NEC eventually. It's looking great for your program. We wish you the best of luck. We thank everybody for tuning in today, watching and listening to the FCS Edge, and we will be back next month with another edition of the FCS Edge.